Thank you. Thank you so much.
President Obama's speech today was part of a really intense lobbying campaign going on in Washington these days between supporters and opponents of the Iran nuclear deal. And he wanted to hear, this is a big set-piece speech for the president to lay out his case as to why he thinks this deal is good for American interests and good for the Middle East.
The bottom line is, if Iran cheats, we can catch them, and we will.
But the real kind of political meat of the speech was an appeal to Democrats, and where he specifically linked the Iran nuclear deal to the build-up to the Iraq war, effectively accusing many of the critics of the Iran deal of using precisely the same kinds of arguments that were used to justify the Iraq war, and hoping that was a way to try and persuade some wavering Democrats to come in line and support his Iran deal.
Congressional rejection of this deal leaves any U.S. administration that is absolutely committed to preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon with one option: another war in the Middle East.
Where this leaves the situation now is Congress has 2 months until about mid-September to review the Iran deal, and then at some stage, probably in mid-September, it will vote on the deal. Congress will reject it simply because it seems that almost all Republicans are against it, and Republicans have a majority in both houses. But the key thing is whether there's a 2/3 majority or not against the deal. If there isn't, then the president will be able to veto Congress's decision, and the deal will stand. At the moment, it looks like he probably is going to have enough support from Democrats, not to win the vote, but at least to have enough to be able to veto the resolutions against the deal.
And as members of Congress reflect on their pending decision, I urge them to set aside political concerns. Shut out the noise.
This is the biggest debate about foreign policy in Washington really since the Iraq war. We're seeing on television tens of millions of dollars of advertisements, most of them against the deal, but also some for the deal. This is very much a big money lobbying campaign in the era of big campaign spending, and it's going to be one of the biggest set-piece debates in foreign policy really in a generation.